Breaking news that's coming in. Now, the United States has lectured India on religious freedom. U.S. Commission seeks sanctions on Indian agencies over violation of religious freedom. The U.S. Commission for International Religious Freedom also recommended to the Congress to raise the issue during the bilateral meetings. A federal U.S. Commission has urged the Biden administration to impose targeted sanctions on Indian government agencies and officials responsible for severe violations of religious freedom in the country by freezing their assets. So the United States has lectured India now on religious freedom. CNN News 18's Abhishek Jha is with us. Abhishek, can you give us more details about this fresh controversy now that has erupted by US lecturing India on religious freedom?
So clearly, Anjali, while this report is sure to stir some controversy between the two sides, it does not have any validation. In fact, the recommendation of USCIRF are not mandatory for the U.S. State Department itself. And this is just a body who is the religious freedom scenario of religious atrocities across the globe, and it is preparing its report. In the context of India, the USCIRF has alleged that in 2022, religious freedom conditions in India continued to worsen. This has been this USCIRF's stand in the past also, while MEA being asked about the recommendations or the comment by USCIRF has in the past also said that these reports are biased and they do not hold any sanctity. In fact, External Affairs Minister, while in USA, he has said that India can also look into the internal issues of USA and make some reports about the kind of socio-economic conditions and the discrimination in the various sections of society that prevails in USA. Recently, if we talk about U.S. Secretary Antony Blinken's visit to India during G20 foreign ministers meeting, he was asked the same question where he said that India and USA remain committed to these democratic values, with both of them espoused, and they are regularly in touch with all sort of issues concerning democratic values that include human rights violation and religious freedom and all sort of things. So clearly, India and US, while they continue to remain in discussion with all the issues of socio-political interest and common concerns and challenges, these reports do not hold that much of locus standi, because it is not a government report. It is not mandatory for US State Department to act on this report of USCIRF, which is now calling religious freedom in India going down.
All right, Abhishek, please stay with us. We are joined by activist Rahul Ishwar on the story. Mr. Ishwar, good morning. So the US has now published a report saying that India has violated religious freedom. What's your take on this?
India is the largest democratic country in the world. India is home to the second or third largest Muslim population in the world, home to the oldest Christian communities in the world. One or two instances may be happening in a nation of 140 crores, but these cannot be used to stereotype India. These cannot be used to negatively brand India, in the world. So stereotyping a wide, huge nation like India because of one or two unfortunate incidents or single one-off unfortunate incidents is extremely wrong. This is a wrong pattern. This is intervening and interfering in our internal matters. That is absolutely not right. Let us not broad brush an entire nation due to the unfortunate incidents of one or two. Yes, that should also be tackled. But I hope US, being our friend and ally, should be more mindful of such things. And this can be used by anti-India forces to paint India in a negative way. So I hope our governments take it up, clarify, create a much more clear perception and see for what it is. Yes, some one or two problems might be there, but a huge percentage, we are a such great, diverse, pluralistic and harmonious nation.
Mr. Rahul Ishwar, the U.S. Commission for International Religious Freedom has also recommended to the Congress to raise this issue during the bilateral meetings.
Even recently, our Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, went and met Pope Francis and they were warmly welcomed. Our Prime Minister, beyond politics, Prime Minister is a post, is being accepted from across the Arab world and the Muslim world. See, some instances may be there. Even one is one too many. I think every right-thinking Indian will say that. Even one is one too many. We need to tackle that. But, creating such a perception around India, negatively stereotyping India is absolutely uncalled for. And recently, even from Kerala, one of the largest Muslim organizations said India is one of the best places for Muslims to live. So India is such a harmonious nation around the world with one or two negative instances. It happens in every nation and every state. So yes, we need to fight this kind of negative perception against India. One or two negative incidents in UK doesn't make UK a racist nation. One or two atrocities on black doesn't make US a racist nation. Similarly, one or two negative incidents in India doesn't make India a very negative nation. So let us be positive, address all these issues, but not create stereotypes. Stereotyping any person, any community or any nation is wrong.
Also, Mr. Rahul Ishwar, why do you think is India stereotyped by the Western countries time and again for being intolerant and for not having any religious freedom?
See, West always has an interventionist attitude around the world. Like Jaishankarji rightly pointed out, West always has think they have the monopoly of thinking and monopoly of what is right and wrong for the world. So that's the wrong attitude that the West has. See, we all respect US. US is a superpower, or, that's something we should all respect. It's one of the most strong country in the free world. But having said that, US cannot blindly intervene. You all know that US intervention in Iraq failed. Then, there's any country in the world blame US for that? That's the reason why we have a sense of balance, have a sense of proportion and measure in seeing these things, respect countries for what they are, point out if there are any areas of improvement, don't intervene if not required, and it is India's internal problem. We have to deal with it. So, it is best that there is no foreign intervention in any nation in the world.
Also, do you think this is going to have any impact on the ties between India and US?
India-US ties have been time-tested. So we have built very strong ties around the world. India is one of the most trusted, friends of US in the region. US, they have their own interest in, having better ties with India because they want to counterbalance China. That's the geopolitical interest. India also has that kind of relations with US because, our neighbors are not that friendly with us. On one side, China, and the other side, there is Pakistan, China and Pakistan being all-weather friends. So we need the support of US, we need the support of the West, we need the support of Israel, that's true. But at the same point of time, India is a very active friend of the Arab world. We have been supporting Palestine from the 1949 Mahatma Gandhi's time. So India is the balance that world seeks. India can balance, build bridges and harmonize. And even Mexico went on to say that India should take active role in building Ukraine-Russia peace. So India has emerged in that stage in a big way. India is the lead of G20. So yes, we need to take feedback. We need to be open to all kind of feedback, but we shouldn't be swayed by it and we shouldn't be stereotyped by it.
All right, Mr. Rahul Ishwar, thank you for speaking to CNN News 18 and expressing your views. There's some